try a story or an attention grabbing image on a slide and start by entertaining your audience. Remember the 10, 20, 30 rule for slideshow. I repeat, 10, 20, 30 rule for slideshows. Now, this is a tip from a guy called Kawasaki of Apple. He suggests that slideshows should contain no more than 10 slides, last no more than 20 minutes, and use a font size of no less than 30 point. So 10, 20, 30 contain no more than 10 slides, last no more than 20 minutes, and use a font size of no less than 30 points. This last is particularly important as it stops you trying to put too much information on one slide. Now this whole approach avoids the dreaded death by PowerPoint. So many people say, oh my god, to make a PowerPoint to present in front of the audience, it's so deathly and I need to make so many slides. So you do not need to make so many slides. Follow the 10, 20, 30 rule, 10 slides for 20 minutes with a 30 point font size, and you'll nail it. It'll be bang on. Now, as a general rule, slides should be the slideshow to you, the presenter. A good set of slides should be no use without the presenter, and they would definitely contain less rather than more information expressed simply. If you need to provide more information, just create a handout and give it to everyone after your presentation. So it is a very good idea to take out handouts of the whole PowerPoint presentation and share with your audience. Next comes tell stories. Human beings are programmed to respond to stories. Stories help us pay attention. They also help us remember things. And if you can use stories in your presentation, your audience is more likely to engage and to remember your points afterwards. It is a good idea to start with a story, but there is a wider point too. You need your presentation to act like a story. So everything has to be like a spin a yarn, like a thread which is just weaving and weaving, one after the other, very beautifully slips into some other topic, and each topic is interrelated. So you need to be a very good storyteller, my friends. So think about what kind of story you're going to tell your audience and create a presentation to tell the same. Use your voice effectively. There's something called as a voice modulation, where you need to tone it down, where you need to raise the pitch, where you need to keep it a little flat. And the spoken word is actually pretty inefficient means of communication because it uses only one of the audience's 5 senses. That is why presenters tend to use visual aids as well. But you can help to make the spoken word better by using your voice effectively. Now, varying the speed at which you talk and emphasizing changes in pitch and tone, everything help in making your voice more interesting and hold your audience's attention. If I keep speaking in a flat tone, you will definitely lose interest. And if I keep saying things in a tone which keeps varying, you will generate interest. Sometimes it's a low tone, sometimes it's an extremely high tone or a pitch, and sometimes it's well balanced. Use your body as well. For example, I am interacting with you, I am using certain gestures, open gestures, a certain amount of space because here it is fitting into the camera. So it is very, very important to use your body as well. That means along with the tone of your voice, your body is also a crucial factor in getting your message across. Make sure that you're giving the right message. Now, body language, as we discussed earlier, do not cross your arms, hands behind your back or in your pockets, or you're pacing at the stage, you're fiddling with your hair, you're holding your face. Avoid doing such things. Make open gestures. They are confident and more natural around the stage and among the audience too, right? So use your body also while speaking. And then relax, breathe and enjoy. If you find presenting difficult, it can be hard to be calm and relaxed about doing it. One option is to start by concentrating on your breathing. We discussed about diaphragmatic breathing. Slow it down and make sure that you're breathing fully. And one opinion is to start by concentrate on your breathing, slow it down, make sure that you're breathing fully, make sure that you continue to pause for breath occasionally during your presentation as well. And if you bring yourself to relax, you will almost certainly present better. If you can actually start to enjoy yourself, your audience will respond to that and engage better. Your presentations will improve exponentially, and so will your confidence. It's well worth a try. So try some breathing exercises, get all the nervousness out of you, be energetic, be enthusiastic, rehearse your topic well, and be passionate about your topic. There'll be no nervousness as long as you're passionate about what you're saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to conclude, for effective communication skills and for you to create a powerful and a positive impact on people at the professional as well as the personal front, effective communication skills are of paramount importance. Always remember that these skills are not developed overnight. These skills are not something that you will acquire just in a few days. These are skills which are built gradually over time. So practice reading and speaking in front of the mirror. Take a book, read a particular paragraph, underline words that you do not understand, take them down on a piece of paper or in the notes of your phones, click photos of those particular words, try to Google the meanings of those words, or simply keep a pocket dictionary handy with you. Try to look for the meanings, increase your vocabulary, it will help in increasing your grammatical skills and improving them as well. Try to think in English. Now, India is a particular country where once you speak the language English, you're highly respected. And English is a particular language where every kind of office uses it, whether it's oral, whether it's written. In schools, most of the schools now, they have their students speaking in English. So try to think in English. Only when you think in English can you talk well in English. Try doing that. That's a very good tip that I could give you. Stay confident that you can make a big difference by speaking well. So keep smiling and keep shining. Thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye.